Looks like this workspace is about the right size now. It should be about 4 to 6 inches by about 4 to 6 inches. That's usually the space I work in. Doesn't matter if I have a table 12 feet long, I'm going to be in a corner working there. This is the P-36 from Revell. And the camera can't focus on this any better than it could before. Just having a hard time with this. There we go. You have to block out things, I suppose. This was held together with a bunch of clamps. I used my old friend micro weld. Hope I can continue to get that stuff. And you put on 2 coats and then you clamp it up with a whole bunch of clamps. Now I didn't show this, and I think we're going to have to accept the cruel fact that I don't show everything I do here. Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, what I am going to do right now, though, is get on to a step that I think is fairly important. I'm going to take this ancient. I mean, this has got to be 10 years old. This Revell gray that I put in this Model Master bottle. This is Revell paint, though. It's not Model Master. And I want to stir it up. And what I'm trying to do here is give you a real sort of you are there feeling. And if you remember what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm referring to, you old. Anyway, here we are. As I'm stirring this, a couple of pointers about thinning paint. I don't know which part. I don't know what it is. This is like having a. This camera's like having a kid who has a problem that I don't dare refer to now. You're Anyway, the camera doesn't want to focus on anything. Anyway, here we go. You can see this paint is fairly drippy. You put a little bit of water in it, and it generally responds. You don't have to put that much. It's not like a half, 50% water or something like that. That's airbrush. That's living in airbrush time. If you're painting with a brush, you don't thin it that much. This is thinned, but really a couple of milliliters of water, meaning a couple of eyedroppers of water, will take care of just about any problem. You just got to stir the hell out of it. Now, this is what some people would call a primer coat, I guess, but really, this, to me, this is just to take care of this god-awful white plastic, which we're going to say goodbye to right now. And there is no way that this model is ready to be anything but sanded on. There are quite a few things that need to be dealt with. For example, the leading edge of the wing is, you can see the problem right there. It's a little bit misaligned. I have heard it said that gluing the wing tops on is it doesn't work because the reason there's a gap at the wing root is the let's see, how does it go? How does the story go? The wing root gap is the result of the stretching or I don't know, the shrinking of the plastic or some crazy nonsense. Well, unlike a lot of these know-it-alls, I have actually personally worked in an injection molding factory. I did. Among my many other adventures, I have done this. And I believe that the stretching, look at this, check this out. What do we have to do here? Get this over here maybe, might help, I don't know. Oh, who cares? The people who talk about that have no idea what they're talking about. They're just full of it. Let's just move on. What I wanted, whole reason for doing this is to show you basically some kind of basic brush techniques. But if it's anything in the frame that has text on it, don't ask me how it does this. It's almost as if there's some sort of AI built into this. Really amazing. I just wanted to show you some basic brush technique here, which to me looks easy. It's frankly, I can't imagine anything easier. I'm just brushing this paint on. But what I've come to understand over time is that the thickness of the paint, the thinness of the paint, the on and on, so on, so on, so on, all of that stuff plays a role. And it all adds up, and I don't realize that I'm doing something special using the traditional meaning of the word special, I hope. I don't know, maybe not. Man. I had it in my mind that I was going to paint this, that I was going to leave these, for some odd reason, I thought the interior of these aft windows would be green, but I'm not going to do that. I'm pretty much going to paint over all the green here. So what's inside the cockpit? By the way, maybe you can see it. I don't know. Maybe. The Revell paint is absolute. It's great stuff. Which explains why I have to put so little effort into policing this. Now, as I'm painting, I'm looking at the various bits and pieces, and I'm saying, well, that's going to require this or that, and I'm going to have to paint around this or that, and I'm anticipating, and I'm looking forward, and I'm thinking about the propeller that I put on there, and now I realize I have to paint around it, so that's fine. This gray color is going to be a base coat, or primer if you're hung up on that word. It's going to be a base coat for the Downer Patchouli or whatever it is. It's that stuff over there. It's an acrylic silver ink. Rowney. Rowney says right there. Mm-hmm. Well, Daler and his buddy Rowney, at some point, must have created that lovely ink. We're going to use that to give this a metal finish. I don't know if I ever really explained why or how or what went on with these, the guns and the wings. The P-36A, A for Able, A for Alpha, A for Alpo, if you remember the dog persuasion. The P-36A did not have, will not have, and could not have guns in the wings. They were added to like the last 10% of the production run, and the point is P-36As didn't have guns in the wings. However, these models were sold, these kits were sold to 15-year-old boys who like blood and guts dripping off of the wings and guns in there if possible. And these bloodthirsty teenagers were very important to the market for this kit at that time. And so they had to put the guns on there. I'm not sure why they did it. I don't know. But the guns were a big deal. So in order to make a P-36A, I have to get rid of those guns. You just broke the guns. I just snapped the guns off the wings, but here, blimey, here there was some holes in the wings. And this will work better if I paint while I'm looking at the monitor. It might work better, I don't know. Conceivable. It's a base coat anyway. This Revell paint is going to take care of itself so well. There's no real point in putting too much pain and suffering into the brushwork. But as you can see, what I'm doing here is I paint kind of with the tip of the brush. This is like a, it's a number, that's a number 4 maybe. This is kind of this is another one of my cheap animal hair brushes. They call them camel hair. God knows why. Like I think I said in an earlier video, I tried calling the company that makes most of the camel hair brushes in the US of A. And I asked the engineer, I was referred to an engineer, so I got my call transferred. And I tried to find out, tell me, sir, what kind of poor unfortunate cutie wootie gets its poor little animal hairs yanked out to make your brushes? And this man, this defiler of young cootie wooties, explained to me that he didn't really know. He thought they were either ponies or goats. Well, look here, sir. There's a lot of difference between a pony and a goat. Even I know that. Man doesn't know the difference between a pony and a goat. Anyway, ponies? Now we know what happens to them. By the way, you can tell this is Revell paint because it's kind of beaten up a little bit here. Let's see if we can get this worthless camera to... No, to show the beating. I've been over this 3 times now, and you can clearly see that it's still pulling away from the surface. Which makes this kind of crappy as a... What did I say, primer? Yeah, it ain't that good as a primer. I have to say, though, that... I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I can kind of remember now how I first fell in love with this Revell paint. Yes, we've had our disagreements over the years. I don't know what that is. Lamprey? We've had our disagreements over the years, and yes, it's true that our relationship has at times been stormy. more of this pulling away behavior. Do I have to say it? Model Master doesn't do that? Do I have to say that? I don't know. This stuff is self-leveling, though, to a really ridiculous degree. It's just, man. Looks like it was sprayed on once it dries. That's right. Okay, so you can see that the wing root over on this side, what does it take? There we go. You can see the wing root's a little rough. I don't know. I'm not sure they'll do anything about that or not. I know the whole machine needs needs a variety of different kinds of TLC. Now what I'm doing here is a bit, this is a bit mental. Because I'm doing this whole thing with I'm basically grabbing a hold of a this aeroplane that's all the paint's wet. So we're going to make a charming so many strange sounds. The cracking of bones. Ta-da! Little piece of styrofoam. We're going to do like that. And voila. That's right. That's what I said. What? What you probably put a little bit of this on there. Well, hopefully. No, it's going to focus on my head. Anything that it can focus on. Just dabbing away. The brushwork isn't that important. What's important is that you get some gray paint on there so you don't have to spend the rest of your life in the sense of doom and gloom and not being able to figure out whether it's focused or not. Not that it's going to be easy to get it to focus. This camera, all I have to do is just say, whatever you do, don't focus on this bottle of paint. Oh, well, here we go, of course. It's reading my mind, man. The camera is reading my mind, and it's insane. Okay, as always, don't sniff anything. Don't use any product contrary to the federally mandated instructions on the label. It's a violation of federal law. Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.